Happy Monday to my 19 sexy and awesome subscribers, and anyone else who is watching this video. So, quite a few things to talk about. Firstly, do not believe Stock Titan because they are inaccurate as whoo. Yes, definitely inaccurate. Beyond inaccurate. Let me check Robinhood very quickly. Let me just go ahead and refresh just in case. Come on. At the same time, let me go ahead and check Webull. It's always good to check multiple different sources. 16.64 million of a market cap. Yep, the same on Webull. That is just absolutely crazy. That is just beyond. Actually, hang on. Laptop is lagging. Oh boy, gotta plug it in. Come on. Ah, there we go. So much better. Okay, that is absolutely just, like, absurd. I gotta dedicate... I was gonna make today's video talking about the market cap, but I guess if Mullen does not drop news, then tomorrow I'll make a video. Today was a very busy Monday for me. I was actually... I didn't do any trading today. Really didn't do a whole lot of anything with the stock market. Stock market basically pretty much sold off a little bit at the bell. Tesla dragging its feet. Tesla is that is a whole separate video and topic to talk about. But if Tesla basically collapses, Mullen will see a negativity around that just because it's the entire sector. Not to mention, how can we be selling M1s and M3s if the top dog Tesla is reporting that, hey, they didn't meet expectations, supposedly. So, I really do hope and pray Tesla surprises the hell out of everyone and we get back significantly what Tesla has lost, because maybe Mullen's going to be carried as well. Right now, we definitely need a miracle, and the sentiment is just absolutely terrible. So, Mullen dropped news today. I actually didn't even notice that Mullen dropped news. I was totally away from the stock market today. I was totally just busy. I was actually completely away from the computer as well. And it did nothing. And the sad part about it is that probably a little over maybe a year ago, and one of the reasons why Mullen ran 700% back in March of 2022 was because of their battery. Because Mullen announced that, hey, we're going to be doing something incredible with a solid-state battery, potentially. That news pretty much made Mullen go on an epic run, a legendary run. 700% in a matter of 3 weeks, 15 trading days. I made so much money. Unfortunately, that money got eaten all up by Mullen. But whatever. Lessons learned. But at the same time, it's one of those things where this news just did nothing. But let's go ahead and dissect this news. Completes phase 1 of his high energy facility, blah, blah, blah. So we've been getting news for the last 2 years about how they're doing this. They plan on doing this. They plan on doing that. I mean, hell, even before the massive RS 1 for 100 that pretty much killed everything around Mullen, something like this would give Mullen, like something like this, I would day trade Mullen and probably take away a solid 10 to 15%. Because if I'm sitting at my computer and I'm literally refreshing Stock Titan on Mullen and a few other stocks that I do follow and day trade, especially when they drop good news. But Mullen dropped this news at 9:25 a.m. This is not terrible news. The sentiment is destroyed. But here's also another big thing that Mullen has got to stop doing. They keep making promises after promises, and people just really want to know just one thing they can pretty much do. How about we stop making all these promises? Production line starts targeted for early 2025. That's next year. Not to mention, where are they getting the money for this, like, target? These are all the answers that are just left in our heads now. People look at this and people say one word, fluff. And people also say another word, which is bullshit. So I mean, hell, if you have the ability to short Mullen, actually attack Mullen, like reading something like this now, I mean, you'd be stupid if you do not capitalize on the way down. This is just nonsense. The biggest thing that is going to make this stock move is collection of revenue, and that's going to scare away a lot of shorts. And it's going to also bring back probably a lot of other people that maybe were murdered on Mullen that's saying, hey, wait a second, we have a collection of revenue now, so the model has been somewhat proven. So these pivot levels have been updated for today. We're on the 1 minute time frame. Like I said, nothing really sexy. We did have a nice bounce off the S2, which is now turned into the all-time low. Mullen created pretty much an all-time low multiple times today. But right around after lunch, we started to reclaim some of what we lost. Still, I mean, it just was not a good day for Mullen in general, especially with this news pretty much being dropped. This trading view is actually inaccurate. I'm actually seeing that Mullen went down 3.54% in the after hours. So today we essentially went down almost like 6%. I don't know why this is not being updated, but it's really whatever. Yeah, today was nothing special. We broke all, well, I shouldn't say all, but we broke an all-time low. We broke the S1, bounced off the S2, but at the same time, it just really doesn't even matter. At this rate, we're going to be below $2 if we continue relatively soon. And that's just like absolutely just freaky if you think about it. But going back to the news once again, actually, let me go over the daily time frame, daily chart. So, I've been following Mullen for way too long. Keltner channel, I've been saying this in the past couple videos of mine. We've been below the Keltner channel significantly now, and we were below the Keltner channel for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, at least a month ago, we actually made like a little bit of a bottom. We're just on a straight decline, free fall, and I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't even know if collection of revenue is really going to do anything. I'd like to really say that collection of revenue is going to propel us because we are so oversold from a technical analysis standpoint. The RSI is 22. That is just absolutely insane. But then again, there are penny stocks that have free fallen where their RSI is actually like 15. I've seen them before. And with the right piece of news, you can get a very big pop. Everything comes down to news, and today's news was just absolutely not the right piece of news. It actually made shorts double down even more. If you're a short out there, and I'm not talking about a bear, I'm talking a legitimate short, you would be wetting your lips over this. The first thing that I see that stands out, and I was quickly reading this, is targeted for early 2025. It's an absolute just like slap in the face, man. I'd rather have Mullen give no news and save it would be so much better if Mullen goes 10 days without posting any news and just let the stock stabilize, or if it's going to be free falling, then work on the good news that's going to be out there. I actually thought this news was really decent, but the market did not like it. The 500 commercial vehicle production. But if Mullen comes out with news saying, "Hey, we sold," because they're making some pretty big promises. Basically talking about how they're going to be trying to move 100 units, including projected April sales of 100 commercial EVs by Randy Marion. Okay. So, next month, which is literally in 1 week, if Mullen comes out and says, hey, we are collecting revenue on above our expectation from the previous month, blah, blah, blah. These vehicles are just being sold like crazy. Then that is going to do something. But fluff news, I hate saying it for anyone out there. It's a little just kick in the nuts, man. A hard just kick in the nuts. I actually had massive anxiety when I actually saw that Mullen dropped news today, and then I'm reading through the news and I'm watching the charts and I'm like, we're keep going down. So like it strictly did the opposite. If I was looking at Mullen on any brokerage app or trading view, and I see Mullen randomly going up, and then I see them that they did drop news, I'd be like, oh crap, I got to read this news very quickly. But I was watching Mullen going down, and I'm like, wait a second, did we just drop news? What the hell, man? And then I'm reading the news, and I'm like, yeah, this news is not anything crazy. Just anyone watching who has not seen my previous videos, I'm essentially in the middle. I am still holding some Mullen shares, nothing crazy, at a loss. The reason I'm holding some shares is because I'm making videos on Mullen, and I don't really feel right, especially if I don't actually have some skin in the game. It's either gonna, I mean, it's the way this company's going is that they're gonna be below $1, probably within less than a month. And it's gonna be, if there's ever a Hail Mary, now is the time for a Hail Mary. But we'll just have to wait and see. Tomorrow I might be making a video earlier in the daytime, I'm not sure. Otherwise, be safe, everyone. Hopefully everyone did have a good trading day, and keep remembering that Mullen is not the only fish in the sea. We got Big Sea out there, full of fish. Not the only one. So keep that in mind. Take it easy, everyone. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.